because you cannot live in a house like this and restore a house like this if you don't fall in love with the property.
Marc Green here with Coldwell Banker.
And I'm Liz Walters, Coldwell Banker.
And we're at Noblewoods with
Yes.
Julia.
I'm the owner of Noblewoods, but I'm also the interior designer who made this happen. This is a love story because you cannot live in a house like this and restore a house like this if you don't fall in love with the property.
Just to start out here, gated, 2 acres.
Yes.
Obviously additional security, but front, side porch, back deck, couple entrances.
And the woods, because you might want to have the woods in New England, then the privacy, because we are 5 minutes away from the beach. You can go on foot. We have neighbors around, so you never feel lonely, but at the same time, there's so much privacy that you can have all the possible kind of parties or just quiet nights with your family and you don't get disturbed, because this is the only noise that you hear, the birds and the wind, that's it.
Now, I have to learn more about your renovation. Can you please take us through the tour?
Absolutely. Let's go inside. I wanted to maintain everything that is antique and that had to be restored to its original beauty and remove something that has been, accumulated along the centuries that was just simply tired and maybe a bit outdated. So we restore everything that you see here to its original glory.
Can you bring me through kind of your thought process between the ambient lighting and some of the custom lighting pieces?
This piece is one of my favorites, and you will see this theme of the ginkgo leaves all over the house because I lived in Dubai for 16 years and I have some suppliers that are still working with me, and this is a supplier that does hospitality projects and commercial projects. So you find these in malls, shopping centers, hotels, and you can build these are modules. You can build them and make them huge. You can make them really covering an entire ceiling of a scale that you find in a hotel. And so I just had them built for my own specification for this, because this is an oversized island, so just regular pendant light wouldn't work, and you don't want something that is too intrusive. And then you see that a smaller one there, you see them around the house, and they're horizontal and they're also vertical, so you will see one on the stairs too. When you're entertaining like in this house, you need a support from technology. So we do have 2 dishwashers, one with drawers, so you can decide if you're at home alone, you just need one drawer or a regular dishwasher. We have a warming drawer. This means that if you're having a party, your food won't be dried out because you put it in the oven to keep it warm. You just put it in the warming drawer. You have 2 ovens there. The one with the French door is very much chef-like. And you have this beautiful La Cornue stove. This comes directly from France with other 2 fantastic ovens. Everything works so well, and this has been done custom made. So we have the insert, which is La Cornue, that comes along with the stove, but then we had this custom made in South Carolina, so the brass could actually match the brass that you see in the rest of the house. And then we have the butler's pantry. Do you want to see it?
Please.
Of course, let's go. So in this case, we want to keep most of my glassware, but not just that. We want to also to be useful, and so we have a second fridge and freezer over here. So that's concealed, but that's great because we need space, and we usually have a fridge, in the garage, but not in this house. In this house, we have a fridge in the butler's pantry, and we have a 200 bottles, true commercial, custom-made cellar. So this wine cellar, because we are very particular with the wine we drink, has the very, very right temperature for whatever you're drinking.
So we just left our butler's pantry and we're technically in the wing that brings us to our original suite.
Because what it was called the servants wing, we now call it the west wing because we don't have servants anymore.
Yeah.
So we're moving from this corridor. Actually, there was a very steep staircase over here because servants were not granted sometimes easy things to do. So this is what we call the family room because it's usually where the girls are hanging out with their friends. But as you can see, we have a bathroom over there. You have another one of these beverage centers over here on a custom-made island. But now we are going into this beautiful corridor that is sending you back to the main house. But this is a surprise because this is a wing that we use all the time. So we created a huge storage space over here with custom-made closets. They are the same people who custom-made our kitchen, so everything has been done by a renowned cabinetry company. And we also have here the laundry, which I think we should talk about.
I'm noticing, okay, we've got some stuff going on, but what's right behind you?
Well, right behind me is a fantastic steam closet. So this one is, when I talk about modern convenience, so you don't need to iron your shirts anymore or your pants because you have a steam closet that does that for you. Of course, as a dog mom, I need to have an area where I could groom my dogs. So this is a fantastic spa area for them. And I use human grade plumbing fixtures because these are the same ones that people are putting in a regular bathtub, and they're here for the dogs. This is a guest suite. So we said that guests could be on the other side in the main wing, in the servants wing, which is now the west wing, but they can also be here. We created a space where a guest can really feel at home. So we have this suite that is made by a small area but useful with their own TV. We have the other beverage center that we said. We have a coffee, we have some sweets, we have some champagne for the guests. So they can be on their own because if they want something at midnight, they don't need to come down to the kitchen. Right. And then over here, we have this beautiful room in the tower. So not many times you have an octagonal room to host you as a guest. I think this is really pretty because it's overlooking the woods, extremely quiet. You can see the deck, so you can see what's happening in the rest of the house, but at the same time it's quiet and it's comfortable. We put a lot of thoughts in the bathrooms because even if they're small, I think they still should have this idea of being in a hotel. So you can see everywhere. We have frameless shower doors, but we have the little brass that keeps going. Even those little details, such as the drain, those drains have been ordered and made custom orders. So it takes some time to have them, but you cannot have just a simple silver drain when you're putting so much thought into the plumbing fixtures.
We're in the men's primary suite.
Yes.
Now, Julia.
Yes.
How is this designed?
So this was designed, as I told you, to be pretty masculine, or in a sort of way, mid-century modern with a masculine feel. Very much Milan kind of design. So in this house, all the bathrooms, besides the primary one, which is huge, tend to be on the small size. And that's pretty normal for houses of this kind. So I think the most important thing is to highlight details because that's where your eye is going to be.
We'll be hopping right over into your suite right now. How did you create it very much like yourself?
Well, the suite has always been there, but it was not designed like this. One thing that you will notice here, as you can see, I have a desk over here. Each one of our rooms has a desk or a suite or a studio inside the bedroom, because when you live in such a big house, sometimes you need your privacy. You don't want to see other people's. And this is the bathroom, which is very large. So we did a few things in here. Here you have an oversized bathtub that has been encased in stone, and all this is being done by the same artisan who did downstairs, so everything has been done to a T. There is a beautiful makeup station, so you can have, as a lady, all the space you need. We concealed, of course, some storage in there, and you can have your makeup station outside the bedroom. So you're here in a bathroom and you can have that. This is very modern because I have a lot of things that you want sometimes to hide. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wardrobes. So you can divide the seasons. You can do whatever you like. Inside there have been created the classic shelves and everything that you want to see, but they are enclosed. On the top you have more storage. This is an oversized island, same stone that we use for the kitchen, and you can find over here that there's drawers, and the drawers also on the other side.
So Julia, we're in your library, which is one of my personal favorite rooms of the house.
My favorite too.
Especially the lighting. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the library?
Well, I decided that I needed more space for my books because I'm a book geek. I think I have thousands and thousands of books, and the nice thing is that I don't have just lifestyle books and fiction and non-fiction, but I do have a huge collection also of antique books on household and etiquette and entertainment that date back to the 1700s. So I created some storage space for those because they cannot be out and about because they have to be in dust pockets. So these 3 new libraries are matching the original one that was there. Of course, there was no LED lights, but they look like they've been there forever.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a great room. I love this room.